Heard the fabulous news. EA decided to shut down Visceral today. Normally, this wouldn't really bother me. Visceral hasn't done a whole lot in the last 10 years. Except one of the greatest horror games ever. With the exception of Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 was dog shit. But 1 and 2, I will fondly remember and always refer to them as Alien and Aliens, the game. They're perfect. They match up perfectly, which makes sense because Dead Space 3 sucked about as much as Alien 3 did. So they shut them down today, which is no surprise because EA frequently takes their little babies and over to a big mass grave pit and shoots them right in the back of the fucking head. The big news with this comes the fact that Visceral was working on a fabulous new Star Wars game. It looked great. Am I interested in the Star Wars movies much anymore? Not really. I want to see Mark Hamill kick ass, and that's about it. But am I interested in Star Wars games? Yes, because Star Wars is ripe for that kind of shit. One of the head devs from Naughty Dog, one of the most revered fucking game studios ever, was on the team. You know, just Naughty Dog. No one big. It wasn't one of those top dogs. It was just some small guy, no big deal. And a team that had made incredibly immersive, very setting heavy, very lore heavy, very character driven and story driven and great with great everything games. Yeah, no. What a bunch of faggots. Those guys are garbage. Fuck those guys. So EA, the Big Papa EA, walked down to Visceral Studios, took a little peek. He was like, "Hey there, son, what you doing today?" I'm like, hey, Daddy, we're playing this new Star Wars game. Wow, look at this. It's an open world with deep lore delved into it. With you can travel around the universe and go to different planets that are all fucking Uncharted style. Fucking walk around, enjoy yourself. VR with your fucking little. Here, check it out with this fucking piece of shit. So you got that inside of an X-wing in space, flying around, shooting fucking TIE fighters flying by you. No, that's gay. You're gay. You fucking what are you 7? You want to play with a little headset on? What are you, an idiot? You moron. So EA looked at that, and here's what I think happened. EA looked at that and said, "Fuck, this is really good. This might be one of the best Star Wars games since Knights of the Old fucking Republic back in like 2005. Can't have this. Fuck them. Fuck them. Just down the fucking drain. They're dead. It's done. They're done. No more." And you want to know why I think they did that? Because Battlefront 2 is coming out. Visceral's Star Wars game was supposed to come out in like early 2019, which means that game is basically almost done. The alpha stages looked great. Yeah, it needed work still. There's still like bug testing and all that sorts of shit. Okay, but maybe a year and a half, and it would have been done. That's a pretty close deadline for a game, honestly. That's not a lot of time for a small studio like that, even with EA money. And what I think happened is EA charged in there and said, "We can't have this upstaging Battlefront 2. We don't want one of our smaller studios upheaving and making our bigger studio look incompetent and retarded. Because the Battlefront game is going to be dog shit, just like the first one was." Oh, what's that? The Visceral has an open world? And, wow, look at that. Flying X-Wings, actual dogfights. But the dogfights, we have dogfights, Battlefront. Brr. Great. But they're not... I don't care if it's a gimmick or not. In VR, that would be so fucking cool. That would be so fucking tits. That would be choice as fuck. And I'd be happy to play a fucking beta of that where everything's a goddamn polygon. Alright, but no, they shoot them in the back of the head and they're dead now. And I didn't tell you the fun news yet. You think that's the worst of it. But here's the real kicker. Guess who's in charge of it now? The fuckers who made FIFA. The games that come out every year despite only Mexicans buying them. Mexicans and Mexican children, which are just Mexicans. The only people I've ever seen playing those games. Those are the guys who are making FIFA. It's the same team that make FIFA every year for the last 15 years. I think they also made Def Jam back in like 2005 and Call of Duty for the Wii. For the Wii! Wow, that's some top notch, dude. Damn. Wow. That's... You really fucked it up. Didn't tell you the best news yet. It gets better than this. We're climbing the ladder. We're getting to the tippy top here. The reason for this was never given. Leader, CEO, head fuckface of EA didn't say why. Oh no, it was because they're changing the direction. Okay. What they did, I can't remember the exact quote. It was some fucking buzzword bullshit about changing the market's direction to reach a broader audience, which means instead of having an immersive and deep and lore and reading heavy Star Wars game full of depth, we're going to have go to Uplay and spend $25 on a purple lightsaber crystal. And we're going to have Skyrim quests where you go there and you got a little pointer and you just go. You go there. Go here, idiot, you fuckhead. Instead of whatever the fuck they had planned. They really didn't release a lot of information on it, but the gameplay I saw looked so promising. And this isn't the first time a fucking Star Wars game has been canceled in the last while. I mean, 1313 or whatever the fuck it was with Jango Fett got canceled when fucking Marvel or Disney bought Marvel. We didn't want to have an R-rated game. Suck my big ball, you faggot. God. So instead of having incredibly talented people that have done lore-heavy things and subject matter-heavy things and deep settings and incredible atmospheres doing Star Wars, we have the bitch faggots that do FIFA instead of people from Naughty Dog and the guys behind Dead Space. Space in the name. They can handle it. They know what they're doing. This isn't the first time EA has done this. And the worst thing in my head, the worst part of it, is the fact that they're not going to suffer any consequences. They're going to be fine. Because absolute fuckheads will still buy their shit. Because Battlefront 2. Remember Battlefront? It was the game and it came out. And you played it when you were a kid. Except nobody that plays it these days played that fucking game. And it isn't anything like the original Battlefront. So it doesn't fucking matter. Don't call it that. Because it's not Battlefront. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck big dicks. It's gonna suck big wieners. And they're not gonna suffer from it. EA and Ubisoft both do this shit all the fucking time. They get away with absolute fucking slaughter. And they just get away with it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I know for a fact that's the only reason that they would shut down Visceral is because their Star Wars game looked immensely better than theirs. And that's a little bit of a comfort. That's a little bit of a comfort that such a small studio, even with EA money, again, can upstage EA's bigger money with a smaller budget and a smaller team. And much less time. And I don't know if any of the Visceral dudes are getting replaced somewhere else in EA. I don't know what's going to happen to them. I don't know if they're getting like a severance or they're just getting cut from the company entirely. I hope that's not the case because I believe the people there are actually really talented. I believe they're capable of doing good work. I don't know. Why the fuck would you put the guys in FIFA in charge of it? That's like going to a construction site, taking the foreman and saying, I feel your talents would be useful somewhere else, and replacing them with a fucking horse. What are you thinking? What did you think was going to happen? And I've been reading about this all fucking day, and I haven't seen a single person say anything positive about this. And I can't imagine why anybody would. Because it's getting the EA treatment. It's getting the broader audience, which means nothing but DRM, microtransactions, and paywall story missions. Hint, hint, fractured but whole. Nice selling out, Matt and Trey. You really fucking nailed it. Remember that one time that you made fun of people that made pre-orders? Remember that? Oh, oops. Oh, you fucking... Y'all are bitches. This relates back to the whole game journalist thing. You are bitches. Absolutely 100%. You are disgusting human beings. You are the death of creativity. You're the death of art. You're the death of fun. And you will be the death of the industry that you lead. I don't know how you came to lead it. Probably because you just released a fuckload of Call of Duty and Battlefield games. But you're killing yourself. You shot yourself straight in the fucking face with this. And I genuinely and supremely hope that your sales suffer. And I hope that the people in charge of this decision get forced from their chair. I hope they get forcibly retired from this company. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Okay, the guys in Visceral did not fucking deserve that. And as a customer, not of you, just a customer, a potential customer, and millions of people like me, you just lost us again. And this isn't the first time you fucked up. You do this shit all the time. Every fucking week, Ubisoft and EA are making some huge fuck up. Some massive, the blunder of the century. And it always fucking happens. And I'm fucking so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I just want to play video games. That's all I want to do. And these assholes are fucking it up for me. Every single potential second they have. I hope you lose your job. I hope by some miracle you see this. And as just another person to another, I hope you lose your job.